So, Chapter 17, Groundwater, Soils and Geology. Next slide. Introduction. The groundwater in the United States far exceeds the total above ground water storage and is essential for maintaining stream flow during dry periods and supplying fresh water to arid areas. Measuring groundwater volume and flow is challenging due to the complex and variable geology of regions. Assessing groundwater quality is even more difficult, with contamination from improper waste disposal and stormwater infiltration being significant concerns. Protecting groundwater quality has become a national priority, requiring hydrologists to focus on both quality and quantity. There is also a growing focus on groundwater quality modeling.
This is the figure we have 17. Groundwater flow general properties. Understanding groundwater movement required knowledge of flow depends in time and space. The nature of pronounce medium fluid properties and the flow system boundaries. Groundwater flow is typically three-dimensional but can be simplified to two or one-dimensional for practical problem. Fluid property like velocity and pressure vary in the time and space, making unstable flow problem complex. Boundaries can be fixed structures or pre-surface. Pronouns media are classified as astrotropic, uniform in all that direction, as anisotropic, verified by direction, heterogeneous, non-uniform properties, or homogeneous, uniform characteristic.
So next is subsurface distribution of water. Groundwater is distributed into zones of aeration and saturation. The saturated zone or groundwater zone has voids completely filled with water. The zone of aeration is partly filled with air and water and can be subdivided into number one is soil water zone. It extends from the ground surface through the root zone, varying in depth depending on soil and vegetation. It contains hygroscopic, capillary, and gravitational water.
Number two, intermediate zone. Connect the soil water zone to the capillary bridge variety in thickness. Number three, capillary zone. Extend from the water cable upward, influenced by soil texture. Number four, saturated zone. Completely filled with groundwater with porosity indicated storage volume. Specific retention refer to the water that can be drained by gravity, while specific yield is the ratio of the water can be drained to the soil gross volume, with typically value from alluvial aquifer ranging from 10 to 20% produced to determine specific yield have been deployed by Mainzer and other.
Next is geologic considerations. Determining groundwater volumes and flow rates requires understanding the geology of a groundwater basin. In bedrock areas, it is essential to know the hydrologic characteristics of the rocks, including their location, size, orientation, and water storage or transmission abilities. In areas with unconsolidated rocks, the characteristics of field deposits, which can store significant water quantities, must be evaluated. Additionally, understanding the distribution and nature of geohydrologic units like aquifers, aquifuges, and aqueducts is crucial for groundwater management. Bedrock basins boundaries and their leakage characteristics must also be assessed.
Geology. The figure, aquar is a water-bearing formation capable of the transmitting significant water among the development. Aquifer classified as a confined or unconfined based on the presence of water table under atmosphere pressure, storage volume in acquired, change in water rages or discharge, for unconfined acquired. This change can be calculated using the formula change in S equal to Y S sub Y, change in B where change in S in the storage volume, and change sub S sub is the specific yield, and can change in B in the aquifer volume, but between the original and new water table level. For confined aquifer pressure can minimally affect storage volume to the support from the overlaying materials and hydraulic pressure. Reducing hydrostatic pressure to the plumbing can be compressed the aquifer, forcing out water and causing some expansion that release additional water. The water yield of confined and aquifer is in quantified by the storage coefficient S, which measure water volume per unit area and per change in hydraulic head. Some that are non-water bearing or impermeable despite holding water, categorized or aqua fuels implementable on water avoid, devoid or aqua impermeable. This information do not allow a effective water development due to low transmission rate.
Next topic is topography. Understanding the operation of a groundwater system requires knowledge of the surface topography of the region. This includes mapping surface water bodies like streams, lakes, and artificial channels along with land surface contours. Additionally, compiling data on pumping wells, observation wells, and exploration wells is crucial. These details aid in identifying soil and rock types, locating discharge points and rates, and determining water table elevations within the area.
Next topic is subsurface geology. The geologic structure of the groundwater basin govern the occurrence and movement of the groundwater with it, specifically the number of type of water-bearing formation, their vertically dimension, interconnection, hydraulic property, and crop pattern must be understood before the system can be analyzed. Once that surface condition that have identified contour map of the upper and lower boundaries of the aquifer, water table contour map, and map of aquifer characteristic can be prepared well drill logs, experimental test well, and other geophysical exploration method can be used to obtain the needed geological data.
Fluctuations in groundwater level. Any changes in pressure on underground water can cause variations in groundwater levels. Factors such as seasonal changes, stream and river stages,